today.
The elevator music. Welcome. It's the Stirring the Pot Show with Lou Marconi and Johnny Cleveland, part of the Fanatical Elves Network. Hello, Lou. I'm Johnny Cleveland.
Hi, I'm Lou. Nice to meet you. I got my Myles Garrett souvenir cup. So
nice.
The king of the sack record.
Congratulations to Myles Garrett for breaking the record. 23 sacks now, right?
Yeah, and I think you were pointing out to me, like you were driving back or you're messaging me saying,
yeah,
look at these Cincinnati people complaining that they stopped the game and let them celebrate.
Oh, boneheaded.
Can I make a point? Because today the Browns made a move and there's people that wanted him gone and there's people that wanted to keep him. But Kevin Stefanski was dismissed this morning as the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. It was about 50-50. I think the decision was made a few weeks ago, and they waited till the end of the season. They're going to give him an opportunity to coach somewhere. So a change might do Kevin good. It might do the team good. You won't know until down the road. But the thing is if something like that happened and it was their player that broke that record, and they stopped play on Stefanski would have never said anything like that in the press conference.
Oh, hell no.
He wouldn't have complained. He never complained about officiating. He was very, the word would be stoic. Would you use that term?
I like that term. Yes.
He's very stoic. And and sometimes I think people took that as indifference or misunderstood it as indifference, but that's not the case. He cared. He worked with Shador. Shador was upset that he was gone. A lot of other guys really liked him, including Shelby Harris. I think who's the other one, or DeJuan Jones, Joel Bitonio. A lot of these. The thing is I was telling Posh Friday night. I said, I bet we've been through this before.
Yep.
Whether it's Pat Shurmur, Rob Chizzinski, Eric Mangini, Romeo Crennel, Mike Patton, Freddie Kitchens, Hugh Jackson. I just named a bunch of names, right?
You just did, yes.
At the end of their run as the coach of the Browns, they all you had that vibe that it was over.
Right.
You could tell the team quit. They lost the locker room. It just
absolutely. Yep.
That wasn't the case with this.
No.
He won his last two games against divisional opponents, and I heard the stupidest goddamn thing on the radio today. On 92.3 The Fan. I'm not going to say the guy's name, but he said Stefanski knew he was going to be fired, so he gave Andrew Berry a middle finger by beating the Steelers and the Bengals so that screw him out of a draft pick. Oh, shut the fuck up. God. You people got nothing better to do. I mean, seriously? Like come up with stupid crap like that.
I mean, it was really, the last couple games have been really good and fun for Browns fans, and how the Browns did this yesterday and got the win.
Yeah.
And the way the players acted after the game and talking about Stefanski prior to the game and after this game and even today, you knew it really meant a ton to Stefanski. And to the players.
And to the players, yeah. It meant a ton to the fans.
Yeah.
Can I just tell you this? I'm gonna set a reminder. I remember after week 1 when Cincinnati was lucky to get that win.
Yeah, they were.
Andre Schmidt was the GOAT, meaning the scapegoat in that.
Yep.
I mean, he was kind of like he was. Everybody wanted to get rid of him. Why do we bring this guy in?
Right.
Blah blah blah.
Right.
He had a horrible game. Missed 2 field goals. Missed a field goal.
He did, and an extra point. Yep.
So we lost the game 17-16.
Yep.
Bengals fans were completely classless, acting like they won the Super Bowl. And I said, guys, we play again at the end of the year. I wouldn't do this.
Right.
Well, guess what?
Right.
Guess what? We beat you. We beat you with an offense that only scored 6 points because our defense scored 14.
Yes.
Actually, our defense scored 12. And because of celebration penalties, those extra points that Schmidt kicked, those were like 45-yard field goals.
Oh yeah, they were. Well,
Every
and
one of the one he had one field goal is more of a chip shot, but the
I
other
was
one
gonna.
field. Yeah, go ahead.
No,
Tom.
I was gonna show you. Well, here you can keep talking. I just wanted to. I posted a couple of these. I was at the game. Lou knew that. I talked about.
Yeah,
it
he was
last
at the
night
game. We were texting me.
on the
I
post
was at
game.
home. I was
Here's
at
a
one of my
photo
homes.
of. Let's see if Miles pops up. Here's Miles. I was in
that
the one end zone there, and
was
that
that
was
the end
for.
zone? He kicked it in, or
No, I was
okay.
in the opposite end zone, so I got a good look when he kicked it. It was. It went a little bit to the left of where
But it was stayed in. It stayed
it
through.
stayed in. Initially, when he kicked it, I thought, "Oh shoot, it's gonna go, it's gonna tail off to the left," but it
It
didn't.
almost got blocked. It almost got blocked.
Did it really? Okay,
Well, the guy, there was a flag because the guy hopped over the center,
yeah,
but the timing was perfect because he got it off before he could put his arms up.
yeah.
I mean, it
We're
was just
showing photos here. If
like
you're listening to us
another, yeah.
on Apple or Spotify, I've got some
It's the end
photos from the
zone. It looks like the
game
one end zone.
yesterday.
And is that, yeah.
And here's a picture. This is earlier in the game. I didn't get the Sanders back there early part of the stage of the game, but it was a
It's
lot of
nice.
fun. Colleague Joel Cade and I went down there, and we were
Mm-hmm.
immersed, Lou, amongst a lot of a mixture
Cincinnati
of
fans.
Browns and
Yeah.
Bengals. Yeah. So it was. I know you said that they were classless, and when that first week, and
Oh,
then
I mean,
what they
yeah,
did yesterday was just. I mean, Zach Taylor's just a moron, and Chase is a complete crybaby, and I mean they can kiss our asses. I mean,
okay. We were down Denzel Ward and Tyson Campbell in that game.
Yeah,
and they couldn't beat us.
No,
they could because they couldn't throw the ball downfield because Myles Garrett would kill them.
Well, I know. Well, that was the thing. People were like, and they were talking about that on some national show today. Like back in the day, quarterbacks had 4 or 5 seconds back there. So, you could get guys to get sacks. And Miles is literally going up double teams. Now, on the sack, he was single teamed. Didn't happen very often.
Actually, a one-on-one look, yeah.
Yeah, the previous play, and I had said to Joel during that drive when the Browns were on defense, I said, he's going to get it here because I know there are a lot of us who are like, I don't know if he's going to get it now. And they put him in the linebacker in the A gap on the previous play, and he didn't get there. But then I'm pretty sure it was the next play. Then he got it. It was that first down play, curled around, and just a beautiful moment. What a great moment. I mean, NFL history. Do you think it'll ever be broken, Lou?
I can't say.
Yeah,
it could be. It might take 450 snaps. I'm just kidding. Like the national guys talking. It took them 17 games. Yeah, but it took them less snaps. So.
Right? I mean, come on, man. There's some national guy was on there today talking about it, yapping about it. Like, oh, it's like, I'm like, what is these people? What hatred they have? Why do you even follow the NFL? Why don't you just respect the game? I mean, the players are faster, quicker, better now than they ever were.
Probably one of the best athletes I've seen in my lifetime play that game. My God. I watched him. I mean, I've watched him. I've been to every home game this year.
Yeah.
For the last 3 years. And I'm like, geez, oh man. It is a pleasure. It is like an honor to sit there and watch this guy play.
Yeah.
You have these haters. Look, people are going to shit on Cleveland. People are going to shit on the Browns. Just deal with it. It happens. Best thing you can do to your haters is be successful and be happy because that'll drive them nuts.
Well, I've never been down to Bengals Stadium, so I wanted to go down there one time, kind of check it out. It was a pretty good bit. We got there early and it was fun. It was good to see Miles do what he did. And then, the other part of this is the Stefanski stuff. And I think we all were kind of looking at this, thinking that this could happen. I know Lou, you and I and all of our colleagues
we were all talking about it
on the Fanatical L's. We're all checking in. It was Steve Gill has that inside ear to somebody that he knows who knows something. And he kept saying it was the house divided, that it was. Now, you are speculating that maybe this decision was made a
few weeks ago. Yeah, it probably was, they probably knew. And I think the right, I mean, would you like the writing was on the wall. Haslam came out and said, here's the thing. Haslam came out and said, look, 8 wins in 2 years is not good enough. We deserve better.
Yep.
And the
Yep.
fans deserve better. We need better. We need to do better. And you know what? I agree with it. I'm up. If you have the owner coming out and saying that, then the owner got like really pissed about people saying that this was dysfunctional, because that's an old narrative. That's an old narrative. Might have been true 10 years ago.
Sure.
That wasn't true this time because they didn't completely come apart.
No,
They just didn't win.
I think some of the examples that Haslam used today, and then because there's been a lot of discussion about Stefanski being fired, but Andrew Barry still being here, and that's really kind of the sticky point with some fans. And you and I talked about this before the show started. We can see this both ways, and Andrew Barry should be credited with finding these rookies this past year that we continually talk about. These rookies led in a lot of categories. Carson Schlesinger.
He brought in Devin Bush.
Yeah. Devin Bush has 2 touchdown catches.
Ronnie Hickman. He's finding these guys. He's finding players. I mean, when he didn't have draft
Martin
picks,
Emerson, who's been injured all year.
is a great pick. A great pick.
DeJuan Jones,
Jones, he's been hurt, but he's been hurt. So guys get injured, it happens. But there's the Deshaun Watson trade did screw things up for everybody.
Yeah.
And that's true. So who was the guy that pulled the trigger? Who did this? Who did? Well, I heard it was.
Did Barry come in with Stefanski, or was Barry here before?
He was here. He was here before Stefanski.
Okay.
In an assistant GM role. Went to Philly for a year. Came back. Stefanski was hired
the same year that.
But actually Stefanski was already in place before Barry was hired.
Okay.
In 2020, he was. And Barry and Stefanski worked well together.
No, they talked about that today in Barry's press conference a lot, and he talked about his kids, and you heard that part. He talked about how they're like family.
And I think they knew he was going to find a job somewhere else. I don't think they were worried about it. So,
well, are you on board with keeping then Barry? You're cool with it as a fan?
Yeah, yeah, I'm fine with it. Yeah.
I struggle a little bit.
I don't have an issue with it. I don't have people. First off, people want to talk about the Jed Wills pick. Let's quit using revisionist selective memory. No. You people out there, you know who the fuck you are. I remember when he was picked. Pro Football Focus had Jed Wills 11th. We took him 10th. Everybody was happy about it. He had a good rookie year. He got hurt his second year, and every year after that, he declined. He went downhill. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. It didn't pan out. You know who else he took that year? He took who did he take? He took Grant Delpit. He took Grant Delpit that year.
Yep.
You know who he took the next year? He took Greg Newsome and turned it into Tyson Campbell, but he also took JOK.
Yeah.
Okay.
And JOK was very popular.
The following year, he took Martin Emerson. The following year, and DeJuan Jones. And he has found players. If you hit on 48% of your draft picks, you're going to Canton. All right. So don't cut the shit, people. No, cut the shit. I'm just sick of it. The selective history. Oh, well, he's not Jed Wills. Everybody was happy with Jed Wills. Don't give me this crap. Everybody was happy with the Watson deal when it happened. Everybody got excited. And don't act like you weren't back then. Don't do that, because your pride's getting in the way. That's not what happened. I remember. I have something in my brain called a memory. I remember shit. He'll tell you. He'll like, oh, yeah, that's right. That did happen. Right. So cut the crap. Right. And he also had a prior related. He was with us before. So the ownership group is sticking with him to run the football organization and do it. And also, Ozzie Newsome was named the general manager of the Ravens in 1996. You know when they had their first winning season?
2000.
Yep. How many years is that after?
4 or 5.
Yep. And you know how they didn't have to have the fire head coach and hire Brian Billick in 1990.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So don't act like this is foreign territory.
I think Lou, part of the, and I'm not disagreeing with a lot of what you're saying. I think
that's fine. You can disagree all you want.
Well, what I think some people look at this as like they were a combo deal, and I think it's the, and I, you know what it is too, Lou. I think it's also like the owner, like we had, both Haslam and Barry talk today, and the owners are the owners, right? They're gonna, and they provided lots of things, and they're rich, and they're doing everything they can to try to bring a winner to Cleveland.
They're spending the money,
right. And so I think it's just, I don't know, we'll see what happens. I'm willing to see what happens and what kind of
Yeah,
draft they
yeah,
have.
See, because he said this 120 days is critical.
Yep.
Getting the right coach, the right players, the right draft, everything, free agency, trades, the draft, this between, which is basically between today and May 5th, like Cinco de Mayo. So he's going to go get chips and salsa
He
you know,
talked about the
did you see him with
offense.
the sombrero on eating chips and salsa, having
He
a
talked
Corona?
about the
What?
offense and the
Yeah.
offense being really what they're gonna pinpoint. And he also said in that press
When you
conference a
say he, are
couple.
you talking about Barry or
Barry.
has? Yeah.
Barry
Okay.
talked in Barry's
Hmm.
press conference, he talked a lot about the offense,
Hmm.
getting that right. He talked about the cap space. He
Right.
talked about he even mentioned veterans on the offensive side. What
Yes.
I'm thinking, people like David Njoku and other people that are names that we have. We don't have a lot of names on offense, but he said, don't be surprised if like he he said that at some point in some fashion. Like, don't be surprised if there's an offensive player that is then in his prime that we can get more value, for a trade. Um, so I was just speculating in my head. Well, who does that? Because we don't have a lot of players on offense that are veterans.
Well,
I mean, well, who do you think of when you think of a veteran on
Jerry
outside of the
Judy,
off? Jerry Judy. Okay.
maybe, maybe Cedric Tillman, rookie contract would be useful to
Okay.
somebody.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm
Okay.
trying to think. I can't. I think Njoku's gone. I
Yeah.
think
Is he a free agent?
yes.
So he would. Okay.
Yeah, he'll
Okay.
be a free agent. I think.
Okay.
I was saying this for tight end. I wouldn't be surprised they run back Harold Fanon. They
Mm.
draft the guy in the third round, like Max Clare
Mm.
from Ohio State. Would
Ooh.
be would be great.
Okay.
So I'm just throwing that out there. People want to see Carnell Tate get drafted 6th overall, and they want to see it. Then they want to see him stock up on linemen. People are up. Everybody's already ready to buy their Browns Carnell Tate jersey. So I love it.
Now I did
Um,
get gifted a Shador Sanders jersey, so I'm a
well, that's
little.
awesome. That's
Well, I'm
awesome.
a little nervous. Is Shador Sanders? Like, that was the other part of this conversation today. They asked
Hmm.
Barry was asked about Shador,
Hmm.
and he was positive, but he didn't
He wasn't
say.
committed. He wasn't saying he's the guy.
Which I get it because they're looking for a new head coach. You don't want to,
Yeah.
because that's going to be part of the decision
Well,
from the coach.
I think Shador earned the right to come back and compete.
Yes.
Absolutely. I think anybody listening or anybody watching would agree. I mean, I don't think they would disagree with me on that. What I saw yesterday, what we were talking about with the game, was the team offensively in the first half was just god awful.
Well, we had
Terrible.
our defense that scored 14 points.
Yeah, but we were still up by 2 because their place kicker sucked.
That was crazy because everybody that was a Bengals fan was shocked by that. He's been pretty good, they said,
Yeah.
all season.
Well, besides that first game, Schmidt's been money.
Oh, Andre
He's been
Schmitz.
great.
Shout out to Andre Schmitz, man.
Well,
What a great kid.
what a great kid. And the thing was, Haslam put him over big in his press conference. And he said, this is what happens when you persevere and you just keep moving forward. And he was putting him over. And people like on 92.3 The Fan were like, well, he's like a corner. You're saying he's a cornerstone of the franchise. I'm like, I don't remember hearing Haslam say that. Did he say that?
I don't think so. I didn't
No, I
hear
don't
that
think so.
part.
But I'm sitting there going like, he basically was talking about, look, when things happen and things don't go your way,
Yes.
you got to suck it up and move forward and do better next time. And we won. I mean, if that would have been Dustin Hopkins, I don't think those field goals are made. I don't
Right.
think.
Right.
I don't. I mean, I
But
don't
okay,
think
but
those
that's let me ask you that on that with going back to Barry, because that was a conversation piece that some people were saying that Andrew Barry signed Dustin Hopkins to a 3-year extension for $15 million, and that didn't work out. I mean, I know there's things we
Yeah.
make mistakes on, but
Yeah.
that's an example that some people like to say, well, he's not that great. But I love this Andrew Schmitz kid. I hope that he can continue to do
Yeah,
what
he
he's
brought
doing.
him in. He's young. He's got an opportunity. I think we have an answer at kicker because a lot of times what Steeler fans don't realize why they have won those games is they have a reliable guy named Chris Boswell that can get them a
Yes.
field goal when they need it.
Yes. Unlike the Ratbirds.
Yeah, last night. Yeah, but what I saw in the second half yesterday was adjustments.
Yep.
They went to a more up tempo, hurry up offense, or able to run the ball, and they were productive. It wasn't night and day necessarily, but they were productive. They scored 6 points, but they got the game when I even said this. I've tweeted this. Do not underestimate the play that Grant Delpit made, disrupting that 2-point conversion, breaking up that 2-point conversion.
Yes.
That all we needed was a field goal to win.
Yep.
So I said, when
that was
happened,
big. Yeah.
that was huge. I was
Browns
like,
got it back with 2.5 minutes to go, and Shedeur
it was
did
less
enough.
than, it was 129.
Really?
One minute 26 seconds they drove from the 29-yard line.
It was less,
which was they went approximately 48 yards.
Yeah.
And they did it.
They got Jerry Jeudy caught a pass at the end there.
Jerry Jeudy caught a pass. Everybody's like, Jerry Jeudy caught a pass. All right. Dylan Sampson made a play. Isaiah Bond, another guy Andrew Berry brought in.
They almost made early in the game. I think it was in the first half, toward the end of the half. Do you remember Shedeur kind of opened it up and tried to hit? Or maybe it was this. No, it was at the end of the game. It was that second down play before they hit the winning field goal, and they went long to try to hit Isaiah Bond for a touchdown. It almost worked out. It was a pretty good pass from my angle. I was on the opposite side, but it was a little off. But
it was a little off. But there was another one with Canella.
Yeah, that was right in my end zone, and I couldn't get where I wasn't.
They said if that was Harold Fainin, it would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, it was I thought he had it initially. I could see the part, but then he rolled, and I couldn't see what he did with the ball. And then but yeah, those are Sanders has got an odd, not an odd. It's just the tempo that he uses to throw the ball or how he throws it. It's not like watching Baker Mayfield throw darts, back in the day when we would watch Baker Mayfield throw these laser beams at his wide receivers. So that's why I think, I don't know. That's why I have this issue with Shedeur. I like him a lot, but he was really having some trouble in that first half. In the pocket, he was getting, messed up there. But the other part of this, Lou, is the offensive line that we had was so poor. We have so many injuries and stuff. I mean, that was part of the issue. That has been part of the issue with Shedeur.
We had one starter was Batonio. We had our third string center, and we still won the game.
What's the update on? I mean, Luke Wimpler, right? He got hurt a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. I have to look at.
And then Campbell got a concussion. Tyson, and then Denzel Ward went out again.
Yeah, and these guys on these shows are speculating and stuff. It's complete. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think that? I mean, do you think that Stefanski wants to be a head coach again?
Does he? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think people are thinking he's going to end up with the Giants. So.
Well, he's from New Jersey,
which could happen. Depends. It could happen. I'm thinking, I don't know where he's going to end up, but Pete Carroll got released. There's 5 jobs now in the NFL.
Yeah. Usually they were saying he could go out to the Raiders, get the number 1 pick, and get Mendoza.
Would the Raiders? Would the Raiders take him? I don't know.
That's people were talking about it. Yeah,
we'll see.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess
Well, we didn't know last week what was going to happen. We were waiting to see what happened today on Black Monday, and so
we've been through this song and dance before, guys. So this isn't new.
Who was the guy that came before? Was it Freddie Kitchens that was here right before Stefanski for a year?
They actually interviewed Stefanski in that process, and DePodesta wanted him. And he actually did pretty good in the interview, but nobody else talked to him. And they went back to him then the following year and hired him.
Yeah, I mean, I went back and I looked. He had 14 seasons with the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
And the last one was as an offensive coordinator. Yeah. He's 43 years old. And I think Barry is about the same age. Aren't they? They're probably about the same.
Yeah.
But no, well, let's pause for a quick commercial break, Lou. We'll be right back.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
We'll be right back. Thanks for coming back to Stirring the Pot. I'm Johnny Cleveland. There's Lou Marconi. How do they say your name when you were like the wrestler? How would they?
Lou Marconi.
Did you have what was your nickname? Did they have a nickname for you when you
they called me Big Stu. Yeah.
Big Stu. Okay, yeah,
Beef stew. Beef stew.
yeah,
Yeah, it was his high school nickname that followed me to high.
yeah,
Stupid, but yeah, but I had a bunch of different names and gimmicks, but I always went by my real name. So
yeah. Well, it was good to see that the Browns. We were talking about the draft order.
mhm.
They're going to draft sixth, which they didn't really move. Because of the way other teams won or lost yesterday. The Browns are going to draft sixth, and so that's good. And they got 2 wins in the last 2 weeks. So
They won two
um,
divisional games. They beat the Steelers and they beat the Bengals. Yep. So I'm happy with that. Yeah, it was complete garbage when that Stefanski knew he was going to be fired and he had to win the last 2 games to screw Barry out of the number 1 overall pick. Because if we did lose those last 2 games, the way things happened with the Giants beating the Raiders and the Raiders
yeah,
beating the Chiefs, we would have the number 1 overall pick.
yeah,
We would
right,
have.
right. But listening to Andrew Barry, and I really sincerely believe this. I mean, I think Stefanski's a really good guy, just as a general person. I think that his
Absolutely.
his demeanor and what he is as a person. Everybody talks about him being really, really cool. I can imagine too, like, we were talking before we started the show. I mean, the Cleveland media, some of the folks in the media that have been there a long time, a lot of these beat guys and ladies, they just are annoying. And I'm sure some people were speculating. Do you think that Kevin Stefanski did a big sigh of relief today? Like, oh, good, I'm not the coach of Cleveland Browns. I mean, do you think that's any? I don't think
Could you
he.
imagine what it'd be in New York?
Oh, yeah,
It's like the same everywhere. So
yeah, that's true.
it's kind of the nature of the beast we live in because everybody's they're trying to get engagement. It's almost like rage baiting half the time. And it's like, oh my God, I don't do that. I never did. I'll talk about what I see. And I'm like wondering half the time, do they see the same team we did? Because I think the argument with Barry is that that's like 80% of his draft aren't on this roster. All right,
That's
Steve,
Steve State.
let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's go over his draft picks. He had I'm trying to go back 2020. I know Delpit's on here. I'd have to look. We went
here,
through
let me
this.
pull it
Yeah,
up
we
real
went
quick.
through it. Yeah, we went through it.
Did you go
Uh,
through it with him? Okay.
I did one. We did one Friday night, and
Yeah. Oh, did you? Okay.
yeah, because well, you think
Yeah.
because he didn't pick that many, and this is the first time he had a first round pick in
Yeah.
3 years, and it was Mason Graham and Schlesinger and
Well,
Judkins.
yeah.
I mean, he hit a home run.
It,
I'm trying to think.
I'm pulling it up right now. So and we talk about this Deshaun Watson debate. I mean, that's really where a lot of this is with everything because in
Mhm.
2021, was it 2022, 2021? When did we make the trade? 22?
2022. Mhm.
Okay.
He got
So,
suspended. He had 2 years off.
see
And
now, like Steve, we're going back and looking at this. I mean, I'm looking at it right now, and like you go back to 20, you said 2020.
that
He
was
was
his
with
first draft.
his
He
first
drafted.
draft.
He
So
drafted. I know the first 2 picks was Jed Wills and Grant Delpit.
yeah, of those he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Of those 7, no, yeah, 7 draft picks. 4 of the 7 are still in the league, including Grant Delpit, Jordan Elliott, Jacob Phillips, and Harrison Bryant, the tight end. So
Is Donovan Peoples Jones still or no? He was with the Lions. Is he still in the league?
he's not in the league right now.
Okay.
The skipping ahead to 21, there was 8 draft picks, and of those 8 draft picks, half of them are still in the league. Greg Newsome,
Yep. We traded to get.
JOK,
Yep. Well, JOK
JOK,
has been hurt, but yeah.
James Hudson, our favorite,
Uh
and Tommy Togiai. Togiai.
Togai is he was playing who's he
So
with? I
I
heard
don't
his
think,
name this weekend.
yeah. So Steve, and then Hemrich. I think Steve, you're watching still. I mean, then if you look at 22, that we had 9 draft picks, and 7 of the 9 are still in the league. So Martin Emerson, Alex Wright, David Bell, Perry and Winfrey. I didn't know David Bell was still in the
Perry,
league.
yeah, Perry on Winfrey's. Yeah, that was his own dumbass fault.
Yeah, but he's in the league. I think he played for somebody. He got picked up by somebody for a game or two this year.
Okay,
Jerome Ford,
he's still
Michael
on the team.
Woods, the wide receiver, and
Hmm.
Isaiah Thomas. I know he's still in the league. I saw him
He's
playing
still
like,
on the. Yeah.
yeah. And then last year we had 7 draft picks, and 5 of the 7 are still there. Cedric Tillman,
Mhm.
DeJuan Jones, Isaiah McGuire, Cameron Mitchell,
Mhm.
and Luke Whippler. Now, 2 of the guys some people talk about are Siki Ika or
Siaki Ika, yeah.
Ika. He's out. And Dorian Thompson Robinson has been released. He's not playing at the current
Yep.
time. But everybody from last year's draft and everybody that included Michael Hall, Zach Zinter, Jeremiah Thrash, Nathaniel Watson, Miles Harden,
Hmm.
the cornerback,
He's playing.
and Joanne Briggs, they're all playing. And then this past year, all of them are playing. So I don't know if it's 80%. I would say maybe
50.
40%. But
Well, I mean,
I
if you're
mean, I
50
understand what
50
you're
on your
saying,
draft,
Steve.
if you're 50
Yeah.
50 on your draft picks, you're going to the Hall of Fame. Bernie Kosar said that. So yeah. Plus it's also he had other acquisitions too. He made some good trades, he made some good free agent acquisitions. I mean, what was it? The Malik Collins, Shelby Harris. I
Oh, I
mean,
love Shelby Harris. Man, you should have
yeah,
seen him
when he high fived the
yesterday during the
referee.
game. Well,
Yeah,
even in between
yeah.
when they weren't on camera, he was talking to some of the Bengals linemen that he was going up against. And it's so funny because I think of Shelby Harris. He's a pretty big guy, but the two offensive linemen that he was talking to, they had like a whole head above him. But he was funny. He was hooting and hollering. He was patting them on their helmets and stuff. It was kind of comical. So I think he's probably a fun player to play with.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he is.
Well,
There's
I see what you're saying, Steve. He's also saying, but not on the Browns roster.
but not on
Well,
the Brown. Yeah,
I I get that. I understand, right? And I would guess, Steve, that if you look
uh,
at any team, and I think
I
I've
just
done
saw
this.
I just saw a story saying that Brian Flores, the former Dolphins head coach and
Okay,
current Vikings DC, will be interviewed.
okay, that's what
Which
we were kind
which
of.
we were kind of anticipating Brian
I
Flores would
would
be our
love
top
that. I mean,
candidate.
I
I wouldn't mind if they bring
he'd
him
be
in.
good. He'd be good.
Is there? Do you have a favorite candidate by chance? Since we're on that, so I just kind of changed this real
Well, I
quick.
no, I like him. I like the guy. I actually like the guy a little bit that they fired from the Atlanta Falcons. Whatever
Raheem
his name.
Morris.
Yeah, why not?
Okay,
You
but
know,
go ahead, continue
no,
what you're
I was
saying.
just
I'm sorry.
Steve. I think I know what you're getting at, and
I see his point. He's on to something. It's like
right. But
because
I
we're
would
complaining
say,
about
Steve,
draft picks. Yeah,
if you look, Steve, at any other team in the
you'll see
NFL,
the same thing.
yeah, and if you look like at quarterbacks, I know that was a conversation one time about how many quarterbacks teams pick up and succeed. The Browns are no different, and I get tired of the narrative that like we're going through quarterbacks, you know, like more. I mean, yeah, maybe we are a little bit, but it's not like ridiculous.
I
Like,
actually saw a story and somebody talking on a podcast saying Dante Moore's agent should call the Jets and to see how interested they are in him. And if they
yeah,
show any interest, go back to school for another year because you don't want to get drafted by them. And I'm like,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. Now, Steve, here you go. Okay, Steve also said the word in the street is one of the biggest complaints with Barry was with the draft. Is that right, Steve? Is that what you're saying, or with the not retaining these guys?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's more common than you think. I mean,
No,
we have
yeah.
about half of our draft picks from the well, the thing too, like in the first 2 rounds, we had like 8 picks in the last 5 years. 8. 6 of them were defense.
Yes.
And in
Yeah.
the first 2 rounds. And guess what?
Well, do
Only
you
one
think
of them
they go? Do they go with the wide receiver? You think everybody wants this Carnell Tate.
I think they're going with they're going to try to find playmakers wherever they can. And I think the draft is a great place to start.
But I will also say this:
That's
Gill,
on every team. That's on every
Steve
team,
Gill
Steve.
mentioned. Steve Gill and I were talking earlier. Again, and he reminds us, and this is very true. Free
Mhm.
agency, and we have a pretty good cap room comes
Yeah.
before the draft. And if we
Yeah.
get a coach in here, We get people talking. We'll get some excitement going. We'll get the coach getting excited. We're going to bring in some people. I know some people want to say, well, Cleveland's not a great destination. Cleveland's not. Just hold your horses. You got Myles Garrett in town, a future Hall of Famer, right?
You have a top
Who's
5 defense all
you got
coming back.
other sports teams in this community like the Guardians and the Cavs who can electrify this community as well. So those of you who are out there knocking Cleveland, just go somewhere else. We don't want you listening to our podcast because you don't know a damn thing about anything. So
Yeah,
all right.
this isn't, and this isn't. I wouldn't necessarily. The word dysfunction's used too much when they don't
It
even know what
is.
the hell they're talking about.
No.
And I said, yeah. They said, well, there's no accountability. The head coach just got fired. I guarantee you, other coaches are not coming back. You don't know who's going to come back yet. There's a lot of things are up in the air. They're going to leave it up to the new coach.
Schwartz. What do you think of Jim Schwartz?
I love it if Jim Schwartz was the head coach.
See, now Steve Gill and I talk about this, and he refers back to how he wasn't successful in Detroit, and I'm like, well, that was like a decade ago. I'm like,
well, he won division titles in Detroit. He had playoff appearances. He won playoff games in Detroit.
Hell, man, you and I should be on the coaching staff. We should be one of the coaches. We might have some success.
Fuck, I don't want to.
Can you imagine coaching Myles Garrett?
Yeah, just run at him. Yeah,
I would be calling a blitz every game or every play.
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, you know what was really great? What Schwartz did too. He had Myles off the field, and he had Grant Delpit come in on a blitz and sack Joe Burrow.
Yes,
I was like, that was great.
Yes, I know. We were all like, people who weren't paying attention when that happened in the stands. Some people would go, "Oh, did Myles Garrett get the sack?" I'm like, "No, knucklehead, you pay attention. That was Grant Delpit."
That was Grant Delpit. Yeah, big difference between the two guys. If you
think so, but there's some people.
One's a safety, one's a defensive.
Well, when you're at those games, there's a lot of drinking going on. A lot of people are not paying attention.
You want to know my biggest pet peeve when I go to games, and my friend.
I don't usually drink that much. Yeah,
no, I don't drink, but get to your fucking seat before kickoff. It's not that hard. Game starts at 1:00. Yep. Know where the hell you have to go. Read the fucking signs. Get your drink. Get your snack. Get there in time. Oh, excuse me. I got to get it. I was like, no. You were halfway through the first quarter, dipshit. You're going to wait till there's no play stops. I'm sorry. I'm not getting up until the play's over. Fuck you.
Right.
I mean, no, seriously. I mean, it's just like, I'm like, and I said, game starts. I was doing that at the Pittsburgh game. I was like, game starts at 1:00. It's been all season, guys. I mean, it says it on your ticket. It's nothing's changed. It's a 1:00 game. And they're looking at me like I'm the one with I'm the one. I was here a half hour before kickoff. I had my shit together.
Well, we got there well before the game started, and so I actually have a friend, not a colleague, a friend that I got to meet when I was over. My two children, adult children, and I went over to Spain and Portugal 2 years ago, and we got to travel with a variety of people, and there was a husband and wife that they live in Cincinnati, and they're Bengals fans, and he found out that I was a Browns fan when we were on the trip, and we've stayed in contact, and he actually he works the Bengals games, so he's a ticket or not a ticket he's he works the aisles, he helps people to their seats and stuff like that. So before the game, I actually went over and chatted with him, and it was pretty cool. That level in Cleveland at the Brown Stadium at Huntington Field where they have the plaza level, the 300 level seats in Cleveland. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And they have the clubs on each side. Like, people can go in there and have you ever been in there? You've probably been in there, right? I mean, have you seen those, the club level seats where there's that whole open area and there's people there's tables and all sorts of things out there. So Cincinnati has the same thing. And I was trying to get to meet my friend, and instead of going up and down and around and stuff, they actually let me walk through the club level amongst hundreds of other Bengals fans. I did survive. I didn't die in the jungle. So
yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. Like I said, a lot of things are up in the air, and we're gonna have to wait and see what happens because it's gonna be an interesting 120 days between.
Well, how many people do they have to technically they have to do a minority
Mhm.
interview, and then
That's it.
it just really okay.
I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know how many candidates they're going to do. I'm
Yeah.
hearing a lot of things, and then people want to because the reason why they're criticizing Barry now is because Stefanski's already gone. They're going to criticize, and they bring in a new GM. Give it a year, they'll bitch about him, or they bring in a new coach, they'll bitch about him. So
Well, let me ask you
this
this,
is
because
new.
I did copy this down. And I wanted to ask you because we're talking about coaching candidates.
Mm-hmm.
You so these are some odds from Vegas or bettingonline.com or whatever. Like there was on Twitter earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
So right now they have Robert Sala at 5 to 1.
Interesting.
At 5 to 1. They
Mm-hmm.
have Mike McCarthy at 7 to 1
Oh
odds.
God, no. Oh
They
God,
have
no.
Joe. They have now this guy, Joe Brady, Joel Cade, our colleague who does What the Elf Was That
I
show.
heard of
Tune
him.
in.
I heard of him. Yeah.
Joel hates this guy. Says that he would be terrible. He's over in Buffalo. Then there's Jim Schwartz
Okay.
and Clint Kubiak, who are 9 to 1 odds. Then there's Mike LaFleur. Isn't he the current coach of the Green Bay Packers?
As far as I know, yeah.
He's 10 to 1 odds. I'm like, what? Um, Tommy Reese, Jeff Halfley, Cliff Kingsbury, and Matt Nagy are all 12 to 1 odds. And
Wasn't there
then,
a Shula?
yes, Chris Shula, Deion Sanders, and Brian Flores at 25 to 1. Ryan Day is in this as 50 to 1 odds. Ryan Day.
No, I don't see Ryan Day leaving Ohio State.
Yeah, yeah. So those are some of the odds makers. Um, I like the Brian Flores. How about you? Do you have a favorite?
Uh, it's gonna sound silly, but I like Schwartz. Yeah, hell no to McCarthy. I like Schwartz.
Yeah, yeah.
I like Schwartz. I think Schwartz would be good.
I do
But
too.
I think so. I think they would prefer somebody if they think the roster's good, like the foundation's laid.
Yeah,
They're going to build on what they did this year. Because I mean, when we started this season, most people were saying 5 to 7 wins,
mm-hmm.
and look where we ended up.
Yeah. Yo, you're right. Yeah, I think I had a bet that they would get to 8 wins. I had a bet on one of
No,
the.
I said 7. I said I could see 7,
Yeah,
and I was close. But I mean, you think about it, like the Cincinnati game or the Jets or the Titans game. Those are 3 games they should have won. So they could have been at 8.
right.
But then again, you could have said, hey, they should have lost this Cincinnati game and they should have lost the Packers game, but they didn't. So we're basically where we should be. We're basically where we should be. But this team compared to 2024 was better.
Do you have any interest in Dylan Gabriel still? Do you think that he still has?
I wouldn't give up on him. No.
Okay.
And the thing is, that's another thing too. People are like, well, he used a 3rd-round pick. Yeah, a late 3rd-round pick. The 3rd-round pick before him was Harold Fainin.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
They had him early in the 4th round. They were going to take him early in the 4th round, but they had to take him then because when they were picking later in the 4th round, when they took Dylan Sampson, they knew he would be gone. That's why they took him when they did. So
I'm laughing partially because I had an image yesterday during the first half of the game. Shador was struggling, and there was a very drunken Bungles fan about 15 rows up behind us. Mm-hmm. And he was drawing his attention because he was blabbering about he was slurring his words, and he was going, "Bring in Gabriel, your 3rd-round pick." And everyone was like, what the heck is this guy doing? It was kind of funny. It was kind of sad at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, they had some low-cost options at quarterback. They didn't invest a lot in the position. They're kind of seeing what they had. Most people, like when I talked to Steve, when Steve just said hell no to McCarthy, he said he wants to see good, clean football. Mike for is
Matt. Okay, brother. He's OC for the Rams. Thank you, Steve.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. You. Thanks for the correction. But he was saying, like, guys like Steve and myself, let's see what we got. We wanted to see what we had with Shador and Dylan before the year was over.
Yeah.
Try to see some good. I want to win more games than 3. I want to show a better. I want to see a better team.
Yeah.
And definitely, this was a better team than 2024.
Yeah. No, and the way they played, and a lot of other national folks have pointed out how this season ended for Cleveland, that this team really kept playing all year long. So
They didn't give up.
No. And I think it was very emotional, I'm sure, yesterday for the players and for Stefanski. And like you speculated, I'm sure there were probably lots of conversations and things that were being had that we weren't aware of.
I would be remiss if I didn't say there. I'm pretty sure there was. I would, I'm almost positive.
And I look at some of these young players like Shedeur Sanders, and that's why, based on his demeanor and how he's talking about things, because then today, going back to your stupid, not the folks at 92.3, and I don't listen to most of those guys on that 92.3, and you were talking about one of the guys there was making some stupid comment. Somebody else on 92.3 also made a stupid comment about Shedeur, and when Shedor's asked about Stefanski, he sort of was like, shit happens. Well, that's what Sanders said. I'm like, well, Sanders has been talking a lot about Stefanski. So just because he said that today doesn't necessarily mean that Sanders doesn't like or respect Coach Stefanski after he's already had all these other pressers during the week. So people are just trying to make up crap just to fit their narrative right now.
Yeah,
we don't do that here on the Fanatical Elves Network.
No.
Hey, check out my article, Lou. I've got I write from Northeast Ohio Sports Insiders. They just released it on social media platforms like the X and Facebook. It's about Stefanski being fired. I did use the word that Stefanski is fired after 6 years of inconsistency, is how I titled the article. I know a lot of people talk about stability, wanting that, and now going through this whole process again. And it's tough being Browns fans, but we had some success, and it's not like we are like in a total teardown. I mean, even Andrew Berry talked about that. We have some really good pieces on defense. We have all of our starters returning. And I think these players are going to continue to play for whoever the coach is.
Yeah. I think too, he said he was going to invest heavily in the offense.
Yeah.
Which, that definitely that needs work. They were ranked 30th. Our defense was ranked 4th. They were
fourth.
Okay. Yeah, our offense was 30th. Could you imagine if we had an 18th or 15th offense?
Yeah.
With that defense, we'd be in the playoffs.
I know that's been a point of conversation about our offense over the years. And if you look back at it, we've been kind of in the mix. Mm-hmm. And, when we were better in those playoff runs in 2020 and 2023, how much do you think, I mean, we want to give Stefanski his credit. 2023 was pretty crazy considering, Joe Flacco came in there and played tremendous.
Oh yeah. I mean,
5 or 6 games.
Stefanski did some good. It's just, it's a nature of the business. If you don't win, that's it. He has to do better than that. We're thinking, so what if he did win 7 games? Would that have been good enough?
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Well, and they said something about the decision. Andrew Berry said something too in the presser about the decision making, during the in-game decision making and stuff was how he described it. So I think, So
I think there was things in there that maybe it was time. They just said they felt it was the right move to make. Only time will tell if it was. Because I remember after losing the wild card game to the Houston Oilers, Marty Schottenheimer met the next day with Art Modell and Ernie Accorsi. Art Modell insisted that he hire an offensive coordinator, which was right, but he wanted him to fire his brother, and he wouldn't do it. So Schottenheimer got fired.
That's right. Okay,
that was a huge mistake. When he could have said, "Hey, we want to hire an offensive coordinator," and left it at that, because you can't expect a guy to fire his brother.
Right.
So that was, and then within 24 hours, Schottenheimer was hired by the Chiefs, and he was there for a long time.
He was. Well, it was an interesting year for everybody, for us here with stirring the pot and get all the games that all the ups and downs of a Cleveland Browns season.
Oh,
But
don't forget David Njoku getting a signed Joe Flacco jersey, and Joe Flacco coming out for a quarterback sneak. Come on, can't
yes,
forget that.
that was fun. Yeah, yeah.
So, how did the stadium react on Miles' sack? Did they
Oh,
cheer it?
yeah, there were a lot of people. I mean, obviously Browns fans. There was a modest number of Cincinnati fans that acknowledged it, did a little bit of applause, but we were in our area. I mean, we were doing everything we could, and there were Miles Garrett chants. We actually were part of several of them, and they were going throughout the stadium, and it was a lot of Browns fans. I know some people at 92.3 and some of these other places were saying, oh, a lot of the Cincinnati fans were doing it. No, it was Browns fans. There were a lot of Browns fans in attendance. So, um, I mean, Cincinnati was respectful, I'm sure, but they were, they're Cincinnati, man. They're not football fans. They don't know how to be football fans. They're a bunch of knuckleheads. I mean, they're a baseball town. So,
Yeah.
um, they have to show the stupid stuff there. The pregame, Lou, you probably wouldn't like it because they have a little 2-minute video right before they take the field. And in this game, because they play in Cleveland, they go back and they do all the Paul Brown stuff. And then they show Sam Weiss saying, you don't live in Cleveland, you live in
Wow.
Cincinnati crap. So, make it all
Look at there's there was a clip of Warren Sapp when he played for Sam Weiss and he hated him. He said he was just the way he would just talk to his assistant coaches and treat them in front of the players was just terrible. So it was interesting.
Well, is this our last show, Lou?
Yeah.
It is.
It is. Yeah, guys. It's I'm going to be taking a little time off and I'm going to be coming back on Fridays with a different show. I'm still doing a show this Friday with Posh. And then I'll be seeing you guys down the road. Yeah.
Yeah.
One last Burning River Browns.
Well, this has been 2 seasons for us, right?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, as we did it last year too. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We've really enjoyed coming on here.
And I enjoyed working with the elves. And the relationship's still good, guys.
Yes.
The relationship's great. It's just I'm going off to do my own thing, including with the stew pot and everything else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we got plans to launch some things there.
Well, the Fanatical Elves have certainly enjoyed having Lou be part of our network, and he will be doing a Burning River.
You enjoyed my candor.
No, we all did, and Lou, just go back and read his Wikipedia page. I do that almost every other week. Review. No, but Lou, it's been a pleasure to work with you, and I hope that you enjoy your things down the line with the other show. And
we're just gonna keep plugging, and I could come on to any of your shows. And I told Steve and I told everybody else, everything's great, guys. Thank you. I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice here. We're both struggling.
All right.
Yeah, but I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Everybody, I hope you have a great night. The Browns finished their season with 2 wins over the last 2 weeks. They fired, though, Coach Kevin Stefanski. Mm-hmm. And we'll see what happens next.
It'll be a new era and a new day.
Right.
We'll see.
All right. See you, Lou.
See ya.
Go Brownies.
Go Browns. Thank you.